I'm reading from my very favorite book, Marrying George Clooney by Amy Ferris. 21. The Bipolar Express. I'm on 25 milligrams of Zoloft. It was about 2 years ago that I was driving on Route 80 and had a sudden urge to drive straight into the median. It felt almost out of body, like I no longer had any control over this panic, this sadness, this overwhelming desire to smash myself to little tiny bits, not to mention total my car. I call my doctor, who immediately says, menopause. It's all connected to menopause. I can't tell you how many women are feeling the same way you are, wanting to drive their cars off the freeway. To which I respond, maybe you ought to open up a driving school. He laughs. His laugh irritates me. It's grating, like chalk on a blackboard. Or more specifically, like the weird, unnerving, crazy laugh track in a carnival house of mirrors. I don't have patience for it, or him, or for any other woman who is having vehicular problems. He prescribes Zoloft, 25 milligrams, the pediatric dose. I wonder what that means. Is he saying I'm giving you the lowest dose because you don't need to be medicated? Or is he saying I'm giving you the lowest dose because you're an immature, unruly girl child? I don't know what he means when he says I want you to take the pediatric dose. This sticks with me. So I call him again. Well, that's not true. I don't call him. I make believe, imagine calling him. I imagine dialing his number while I'm lying on my couch in the middle of the night, staring up at the ceiling fan as it spins ever so slowly as to make me nauseated. I imagine that he answers his phone and I say, hey, did you give me this dosage because I'm acting like a child or because the lowest dose is in fact going to take the edge off? Then he tells me in my imaginary phone conversation that he gave me the lowest dose because I am quite mature and in fact healthier than most of his patients. I'm relieved. And I figure while I have him on this call, and God knows how difficult it is to actually get him to take a call after hours, I ask him if he thinks the headaches I'm experiencing could possibly be a brain tumor. He asks me if the squiggles I'm seeing are color-coded or in fact just bolts. Quick bolts that race before my eyes. I tell him I'm not sure if they're in color. Maybe they're a bunch of bright colors that may be blinding me. There's a moment of silence. And then he says, you would know if you had a brain tumor. Your head would be throbbing unbearably, and you wouldn't be able to blink your eyes without there being excruciating pain. I tell him that I don't feel any of those things, so I can rule out brain tumor. I am relieved. I have one more inquiry. I ask him about the pain in my stomach, and I wonder if he thinks maybe I have an ulcer or possibly irritable bowel syndrome. He ups the dosage to 50 milligrams. I ask him, what kind of dose is that? He says a prepubescent adolescent dose. To which I say, oh, I get it. You're not really a doctor. You just play one on my make-believe TV. How is it I can be so quick-witted on these imaginary phone calls?